Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepyashell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece.
I really don't know what lesson I can really give you with this one. And I never want to tell you not to help people, especially people in need. But after what happened to me, it's kind of hard for me to want to get out and help people. I was driving home from a music festival. I was driving through a stretch of forest, and I was just minding my business, reminiscing on all the fun I had at that festival. As I was driving, I noticed there was a car that happened to be pulled up on the side of the road. This car had its hazard lights on, and so I slowly drove past it to see what was happening. There, as I was driving, there was a woman coming out of the forest, waving her hands back and forth, trying to get my attention. I didn't think twice. I turned around, and I made sure there was no cars coming behind me, and I pulled up on the side of the road that she was at. Once I pulled up, I cut on my hazard lights, and I got out. And that's when I asked the woman, "Ma'am, are you okay? Is everything all right?" "No, you gotta help me. My daughter, she's hurt. She broke her leg. She can't move. I can't call 911. I lost my phone. She's hurt really bad. She's crying out in pain, and I hate I had to leave her, but I had to leave her to get help. You gotta help me, sir. You gotta call 911, and you gotta help me move her. She twisted her leg. It's broken. I can't move her by myself. She's only 12 years old. We gotta move her and get her into a car or something because she's hurt bad. I don't know what to do. Please, sir, help me," she cried to me with tears in her eyes. "Okay, take me to her right now, and I'm gonna call 911. That way we can have ambulance out there when we come up out of the forest. All right, just take me to her right now." And immediately she ran into the forest, looking back to make sure I was following her. I followed her, and as we kept on going, I kept on hearing cries out for help and screaming like someone was in pain, and it sounded like a little girl. I was on the phone with 911 operators, and I told them the location, and I ran. I got closer until I saw the little girl, and when I came up to her, her legs were bent in an unnatural way, and I could tell that this was really bad, and I almost didn't want to move her. So I looked up and I told the woman, "I don't want to lift her up. I'm afraid I'm going to cause more injuries. Let's wait until the paramedics come. They're on their way right now, and they can take care of this. They'll get her up and they'll put her inside the ambulance van," I told the woman. But then I looked at the little girl, and I noticed something was wrong here. She kept on looking at her mother, but not in the way of she needs her help. It was more like the little girl was afraid of her or something. I thought maybe I was reading too much into it. She looked at me and looked at her mother, then looked at me again. It felt like she was telling me something, but I couldn't really read up on it. Okay, I'm gonna go in the car and I'm gonna grab her insurance and her Medicaid. I'll be right back. Honey, you just stay strong, okay, honey?" I looked at the little girl, trying to comfort her, but I could tell she was shaking. She looked scared. She had tears in her eyes. She was moaning, but I couldn't really tell if it was from the pain or something that spooked her, or maybe it was both. As the mother ran off in the distance and I couldn't see her no more, that's when the little girl looked towards me, and she told me something, even to this day, brings shivers down my spine. She looked at me, and then she said, "Sir, you have to help me get out of here. It was my mom. She pushed me. She's trying to kill me. She doesn't want me anymore. She pushed me so hard to the point when I was falling down from this little hill that I snapped my legs and broke my bone. You gotta get me out of here. She's gonna come back and she's gonna kill me and you." Are you sure? Is that what happened?" She nodded her head. I looked at the girl for a few seconds, and I could just tell she wasn't lying. And I immediately had to think of something. I didn't want to move her, but if that was the case, then there's no telling what was going to happen. Could this woman come back with a gun and kill both me and her? So I quickly made a decision and I got her up. She was limping in pain. She kept on grunting and moaning, but I moved slow and I tried to make my way towards my car. Luckily, a few minutes later, I was able to get to my car, but when I got there, I saw something horrifying. It was the girl's mother. She was standing there by my car, looking at me with a smirk. And then she pulled out a gun and she pointed at both of us. The looks on your face says everything. My daughter told you the truth, huh? Okay, I confess. I pushed her down that little hill and she snapped her leg in two. But damn, I was hoping that she was gonna die so I can live my life and I don't have to raise a brat. And I'm still gonna get my wish. I'm gonna kill both of you. Here and now. Listen, you don't wanna do this. You don't wanna kill your own daughter. And you really wanna take an innocent bystander? Lady, think. Or your daughter is scared. You're gonna take your own daughter's life? I asked the woman while staying calm. She didn't respond. She just pointed the gun at both of us. Her fingers were on the trigger. I thought this was gonna be it. Even if I wanted to run, there's still the little girl, and she can't run at all. Her leg is broken. Just as I was about to give up, as I was shielding the girl from the bullet wound, knowing that I was about to take the brunt of this injury, the police had arrived, along with the ambulance. The officers got out of the car and they draw their gun, and they demanded the woman to drop her weapon right now. She did, and then they rushed over there and put her into custody. After that, the little girl got inside the ambulance and was taken to the hospital. Before she was taken, she told the officers about what happened. I also gave my input as well. Afterwards, I was able to get into my car and head home. But I couldn't stop thinking about the little girl, wondering if she had any other parents out there. A couple of days later, I got a call from an officer, and they thanked me for saving the girl's life. And to my relief, the father came and he took custody of the little girl. As for her mother, she's in prison. Even to this day as I'm talking, she's still serving her sentence. I sit back from time to time and think about, had I not stepped in and saw the warning signs and tried to help the little girl, she would be dead right now.